Hello, once again to Infinite Jeff, because I am Jeff, reading Infinite Jest, a novel, a book, a collection of words and paper and space called Infinite Jest. It's by David Foster Wallace. It was published in 1996. It's his most well-known book. This particular edition has a foreword by David Eggers. I don't know who that is. Maybe someday I will read the foreword in this format, page by page, and release it randomly as a thing to do. But anyway, Infinite Jest. We're on to page 26. 26 of Infinite Jest. Here we go. Was unable to distract himself with the TP because he was unable to stay with any one entertainment cartridge for more than a few seconds. The moment he recognized what exactly was on one cartridge, he had a strong, anxious feeling that there would be something more entertaining on another cartridge, and that he was potentially missing it. He realized that he would have plenty of time to enjoy all the cartridges, and realized intellectually that the feeling of deprived panic over missing something made no sense. The viewer hung on the wall, half as large as the piece of feminist art. He scanned cartridges for some time. The television console sounded during the interval of anxious scanning. He was up and moving back out toward it before the first ring was completed. Flooded with either excitement or relief, the TP's remote device still in hand, but it was only a friend and colleague calling. And when he heard the voice that was not the woman who had promised to bring what he'd committed the next several days to banishing from his life forever, he was almost sick with disappointment, with a great deal of mistaken adrenaline now shining and ringing in his system. And he got off the line with the colleague to clear the line and kept it available for the woman so fast that he was sure his colleague perceived him as either angry with him or just plain rude. He was further upset at the thought that his answering the telephone this late in the day did not jibe with the emergency message about being unreachable that would be on his answering device if the colleague called back after the woman had come and gone, and he'd shut down the whole system of his life down. And he was standing over the telephone console trying to decide whether the risk of the colleague or someone else from the agency calling back was sufficient to justify changing the audio message on the answering device to describe an emergency departure this evening instead of this afternoon. But he decided that he felt that since the woman had definitely committed to coming, his leaving the message unchanged would be a gesture of fidelity to her commitment, and might somehow in some oblique way strengthen that commitment. The EWD land barge was emptying dumpsters all up and down the street. He returned to his chair near the window. The disk drive and TP viewer were still on in his bedroom, and he could see through the angle of the bedroom's doorway the lights from the high-definition screen blink and shift from one primary color to another in the dim room. And for a while he killed time casually by trying to imagine what entertaining scenes on the unwatched viewer the changing colors and intensities might signify. The chair faced the room instead of the window. Reading while waiting for marijuana was out of the question. He considered masturbating, but did not. He didn't reject the idea so much as not react to it and watch as it floated away. He thought very broadly of desires and ideas being watched but not acted upon. He thought of impulses being starved of expression and drying out and floating dryly away, and felt on some level that this had something to do with him and his circumstances. The circumstances of page 26 of Infinite Jest, which we just heard.